Balthazar the Reaper is a new for 2024 Kilikuala animatronic. For those who have been living under a rock, Kilikuala is a brand new foreign player to the Halloween game, and they recently sprang into existence with a somewhat impressive first ever animatronic lineup. Is SVI making this stuff? Is it techie or party time? No one knows. It seems that mystery is part of the fun with this Kilikuala company, and I'm totally here for it. Without any further ado, let's unbox and set up Balthazar the Reaper.
For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to yet another Halloween 2024 animatronic unboxing, setup, demo, and review video. Now, this unboxing is a very special one because the animatronic that I'm going to be unboxing today was actually provided to me by a brand new Halloween company named Kilikuala. Now, if you've been watching a lot of Haunter community videos recently, you've probably at least once heard about this new company because it kind of just sprang up really recently, and they started sending some animatronics to fellow creators and then now to myself to unbox their inaugural 2024 animatronic lineup. Now, this company is really interesting because as of right now, we actually don't know who's manufacturing their products. We just know the quality, as far as what I've heard, we'll see today, is actually pretty good. So I'm super excited to see what one of these animatronics looks like in real life. So obviously, I want to send a huge thank you out to Kilikuala for sending me the Giant Reaper, which is the animatronic that I'm going to be opening up today. But as you can see, his box is just a plain cardboard that says made in China. It is not the biggest animatronic box in the world, which I'm really glad about because it will be relatively easy storage. Again, no artwork on it or anything like that, but that is totally fine. So let's open it up. Okay, so I've gotten the box opened up, and here is our very first look at all of the pieces laid out. It looks like basically every inch of the box is used up with pieces, which is very interesting. But it looks like the very top part is the Giant Reaper's base. So here it is. And first impression, this is actually a very heavy base, reinforced metal, which is awesome. And it looks like we have two support beams on here as well. I do want to point out that the poles are actually labeled by letter instead of like numbers, 1A and 1B. So kind of actually both letter and number. So really interesting there, but here's his base. It looks like this is his clothing bag with all of the clothing inside of it, I'm guessing. I can also feel a waist loop in there as well. So here's his clothing. Here we have the pieces of his staff, and you can also see the piece that has the hand that's holding the staff. And I will say it has some really nice detail on there. It very much resembles like an SVI skeleton hand. And I know there's some theories that SVI is the manufacturer for these products. Not 100% sure if that's true, but it definitely does look like it could be a possibility. And here are the other staff pieces. Here are his leg foam pieces, which are very standard. Here we have the other hand, and this is the one that is holding the skull. It looks very nice, the hand itself. Really nice brown paint job on there with a lot of detailing. So again, I'm really impressed with that. You have a Velcro spot on there for, I'm guessing, his sleeve to attach to, and then he's holding a skull. As you can see right there, pretty generic looking skull, but still very nice. And again, I love the look of his hand. Here we have some more foam pieces. I'm not really sure what these are for because I already have two for the legs. So more leg foam, I guess. We'll find out once we put this guy together. And then here we have his two arm pieces, and these are some pretty big arms. Okay, so here we have the main module for the Giant Reaper, and this is super exciting because like I just said, this guy is actually outdoor rated, and I will prove it to you. Take a look at his control box right there. He's got the outdoor covers, the switch cover to control all the settings and protect them, everything like that. And then the actual protection on like the little plugins themselves. So this guy is an outdoor rated animatronic, which is amazing for retail, especially for a new company like Kilikuala to already be getting into outdoor animatronics. I'm very impressed by. And the quality of the module itself feels like an SVI prop. Which is amazing. I really am impressed with it. So here's the module with an outdoor control box. Here we have some poles, which are very standard, just animatronic support poles. And then this is the top of the scythe, or the sickle, whatever you want to call it, with the blade itself. And it has a really interesting look. I love like the jaded aspect to it. and all the cuts and everything like that. It's a really interesting looking top of the scythe there. With a silver and brown paint job. So here are these pieces. Here we have his ribcage with his shirt, it looks like. So I guess it was not in the other bag. And I love how his ribcage has some green bits in there. Obviously it does light up, so that green color is even stronger once this guy is activated. So here's his ribcage. All right, and finally we have the main piece of the Giant Reaper. Of course, this is his head. I have not taken a good look at it just yet. I took it out of the box, and I'm going to give all of you the very first look at it. I will say something I'm very impressed with is the material of it. It's not latex, which is great. Obviously, he's outdoor rated. You can't have latex outside in the weather. But it's not vinyl either. I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's definitely an outdoor material. You can hopefully see it's got like a little latex kind of feel to it, which is really nice. I want to take a look at it. Man, this actually looks really, really good. For a new Halloween company like Kilikuala, it does not have any deformities. Again, with a latex-like material, you would expect some facial deformities, but it really doesn't. It's got everything it's supposed to have. The eyes are looking like bloodshot, with like, it looks like a sticker pupil almost on there. Again, the mouth looks great. No deformities on there. Nice black paint job inside the mouth. It's a very typical looking skull head, but I have no problems with it. And again, I'm really impressed with the material that it has. And then obviously we have two plugs. He has mouth movement and LED eyes. So the two connections are there. So here's his head. Okay, so we have all the pieces taken out of the box for the Giant Reaper, and we can now begin the setup. For the very first step, it's kind of a weird one and not the way that I would do it personally, but the instructions recommend, so I guess I'll just go by the instructions. First up, we're going to actually assemble his sickle or his scythe, again, whatever you want to call it. We're going to connect the two pieces here that are labeled as S1. So it looks like these kind of just like screw on. As you can see, they kind of have like a screw sort of pattern on there. So simply screw these together by twisting them on, and that one's on. Now we'll take the next piece of the scythe, and this one's labeled as S2, match it up to the S2 sticker, and just like the bottom, we're just gonna twist it on there almost like a corkscrew. So this just goes right on, like so. Finally, we'll attach the top of the scythe, so match up the S3 to S3 stickers. And once again, we're going to slide it right over top of it with the pattern, making sure it goes all the way to the bottom. Now we'll start the assembly of the Reaper himself. So obviously you're going to place the base on a flat surface, and now we'll attach his lower support poles. So on the right side, we're going to attach the 1A pole, matching up 1A to 1A right there. And then we'll grab the other pole that's labeled as 1B, which is on the left side, and snap lock it in, matching 1B to 1B. Now we'll snap lock on the upper support poles. These ones are the same piece, so it doesn't matter which one goes on which side. And we're going to match up the 2 to 2 stickers. So snap lock them in. Now we'll go ahead and attach these support beams to the bottom poles here. So simply pick them up and slide them through these little holes that are welded on there, just like so. That's on a lot of animatronics, just to give this guy support. Now we can attach the main module, matching up these 3 to 3 stickers. So we're simply going to snap lock it in. Looks like it'll actually be a really easy connection on this guy. Yeah, look at that. Both go in perfectly. So 3 to 3, snap lock this on. Okay, before we do the next step, I do want to point out that I actually missed a step in his setup, and that was the leg foam. So I didn't film it, but I had to take off the module piece and the clothing, and then be able to put on the leg foam. Obviously then put on the clothing like I did here, so it's all set up. Now we can get back to the actual setup. So of course we're going to add on the main piece of the Giant Reaper, and this is his head. So this goes on to the very top of the animatronic, which is a little bit hard to do because it is so high up there. Boom, just like that. Obviously we want to run the wires down into the body itself so we can connect it to the control box, but attach the head. At this point, I'm going to connect the wires from the head to the control box, as well as the wire that connects the motion sensor. Now we'll go ahead and attach his left arm. So you're simply going to slide this up his sleeve and use a 2-prong fork connection, very typical for an animatronic, right on the shoulder frame there, so the arm is attached. Of course, we'll go ahead now and do the right arm, so slide it right up through the sleeve and put it through the 2-prong fork connection. Now we can attach the right hand, and this is the one that is holding the skull. So we're simply going to put it through the 2-prong fork connection that is coming from his right arm, just like so. Of course, we'll attach the left hand, and this is the one that is holding the entire sickle slash scythe, again, whatever you want to call it. So attach it right to the 2-prong fork connection. And then I believe you actually attach this, yes, then to a little beam that's coming from the base here. Slides on like that just to secure it kind of from the bottom. So there's his scythe. Now we can go ahead and add on the hood slash the cloak for the Giant Reaper here. So simply slide it over top of his head, and then there are some Velcros kind of on the sides and the back of it, it looks like. The whole cloak kind of goes down the back of him to cover up the back. So obviously we're going to Velcro on all these spots, but mainly we want to make sure that it goes over top of his head, and then to Velcro it on, it looks like right there, so that his hood is on. Finally, you can go ahead and plug in the adapter to the control box, and obviously like his control box is, his adapter is outdoor rated as well, with the nice weather cover on the plug right there, which is awesome. And then optionally, you have the 4 ground stakes that are included with the Giant Reaper, and if you're going to be using him in an area where there's grass, of course you can add these right onto the base to secure him to the ground, and once you've done that, you're good to go. Alright, so here he is, the Kilikuala 2024 Balthazar the Reaper, assembled in all of his glory. But before I give you my thoughts on him, let's take a look at the demos.
But you cannot hide. All ye who hate the living, zombies crawling dreadfully, the screams of the dying, I feast on that sound.
Alright, so you just saw the demos for my Kilikuala 2024 Balthazar the Reaper. And overall, I have to say that for a brand new company in Kilikuala, I am super impressed with the quality of this animatronic. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, another thing that really impresses me specifically with the quality is that, number one, like I just said, this is a brand new company, but also we have no idea who's even manufacturing these animatronics. For a mystery manufacturer and a brand new player in the game, this animatronic is a very cool one with how he's built, and the fact that he's outdoor rated adds even more value to that. The quality of this guy feels like something that you would get from maybe even like Party Time Latex Factory or SVI, or even one of just the big Halloween manufacturers like those ones. So not even knowing who made this guy, and the fact that it's being sold at Kilikuala with their first ever Halloween animatronic lineup is super, super impressive, and I really applaud them for making an outdoor animatronic like this one in their very first year. This guy is a very large prop, as you can see by me standing next to him. He stands at around 8 feet tall, which I think is awesome because for an outdoor animatronic, obviously you want a very large prop that could be like the focal point of a display or in your yard or anything like that. And I feel like 8 feet is a very, very good height because he's definitely eye-catching and he's large enough that among a big display outside somewhere, since he's outdoor rated, he will definitely be an eye-catcher and one that your guests will notice because of how tall this guy is. He also has a lot of width to him, and I mean, you just take a look at this. His sickle is massive. It's taller than I am, probably around 7 feet tall for the scythe itself, and then he's like 8 feet tall, so a very large piece, which I also really enjoy. My only real gripe with this animatronic would be the compression of the audio. There are definitely some phrases that he has that are hard to understand because of the way the audio is compressed, most likely to make it a smaller audio file to put into the control box. It's sort of a little bit difficult to fully hear and understand all of his phrases, especially because he does have spoken phrases that are actual lines of dialogue instead of just like laughing or something like that. But really, that's my only issue with this guy. Like I said, the quality is actually really impressive, which is something that surprised me a lot. I had heard from other creators that the quality was pretty good on these Kilikuala animatronics, and I'm super happy to say that I also will kind of push that forward, I guess, that he does have really, really great quality. I just wish the audio wasn't so compressed. But overall, this is a pretty cool prop, and again, I cannot commend Kilikuala enough for in their very first year of Halloween animatronics making outdoor rated stuff, because we see even the big players in the game, the big Halloween retailers, are still struggling within the outdoor rated market. So it's so impressive to see that Kilikuala has jumped right into it and made an animatronic like Balthazar the Reaper that is fully outdoor rated with a protected control box, all like padded clothing, and then of course all of the coded wiring and the outdoor adapter. That's probably the thing that I am most impressed with this animatronic, is that outdoor rating. But then again, I am also super impressed with the quality itself, with all of the reinforced metal, the high quality face, and then the quality of the hands and all the plastic is really, really nice. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this animatronic. And if you would like to pick up Balthazar the Reaper or check out any of Kilikuala's inaugural 2024 lineup, then definitely go make sure to check out their Amazon page as well as their actual official website. And I will provide a link where you can purchase Balthazar the Reaper at the top of my description. And once again, I want to send a massive thank you out to Kilikuala for sending me Balthazar the Reaper. I am super grateful to have been able to make this unboxing and check out this awesome outdoor rated animatronic. And like I said, I am pretty happy with him overall, and to see a quality of this kind featured on a very first year Halloween company. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Halloween 2024 animatronic unboxings. Goodbye.